She's considered as a pioneer in women's sports in India. She's someone who's been there, done that, a habitual winner. She is the recipient of the prestigious Padma Bhushan, Khel Ratna, the Arjuna Award and the Padma Shri. She is the winner of 6 Grand Slam titles and she now wears the cap of being the mentor for the women's team of the Royal Challengers Bangalore. Ladies and gentlemen, Sania Mirza is here. Namaskara, Sania.
Namaskara and Namaskara, Bangalore.
We are so excited about the fact that you are mentoring the women's cricket team. Were you surprised when the team reached out to you? What were the thoughts that you were going through?
Yeah, I was a little surprised, but I was really excited because I think that, I've unfortunately for 20 years, I've been a professional athlete, which is very depressing sometimes when I think of it because it's so long. But I feel like my next job once I retire is to try and help young women, young girls believe that sport can be one of the first career choices for them. And for me, I feel the kind of things that I did go through. When 30 years ago when I picked up a tennis racket, which to play tennis was kind of unheard of at that point. I just want to try and help the next generation in believing in themselves that no matter how many odds are against you, you can achieve your goals if you back yourself.
Absolutely. Now, you're a tennis champion. The sport may be different, but what are some of the commonalities when it comes to a mentor perspective?
So much, right? I mean, I think that every athlete thinks the same way. They go through the same kind of pressures, just at different points of the game, on the field or on the court. I think just handling pressure situations, embracing those situations, I think is very, very important, because I think that if you're not embracing the pressure, because pressure is a privilege, and if you don't embrace it, you can't actually excel at it. The biggest of champions in any sport are the ones that play best under pressure. Then it's not necessarily because they're a better tennis player or a better cricketer. It's just how they are at that given point of time. So I think that aspect of it, the mental aspect of it, which is something that I look forward to working with the younger girls, because I feel like this is such an amazing opportunity for them. They're playing at one of the biggest stages, and what IPL has done for the men's cricket, I mean, if that can be done for the women's cricket, I promise you, playing sport will become a natural option for a lot of young girls and a lot of young parents who have daughters. So I think that, I feel that I can bring in the mental sort of steadiness, the mental sort of belief. I can talk about the experiences that I've had and that I have been through over the last 20 years of playing, and being the only person, the only woman doing it for so many years. It's been lonely, but the pressure has been so high. So I think that kind of stuff I can truly help with.
Right. I love that. I think it's a great t-shirt quote. Pressure is privilege. Sania came up with that. Talk to me about the fact that all of the team members coming together, right? They may not have played cricket together. However, they are to perform as a team together. So what would be a few key points that you would like to drive in?
Well, to get to know each other. I think that is the first step. I think that team bonding and team building is very important. I've played doubles for a big part of my career. Also, when we play the Asian Games or the Olympics, we're not naturally best friends with everybody that you're playing with, and you don't need to be. But you do need to have the same goal when you're on the field or on the tennis court. You need to have the same mental toughness. You still need to believe in the same one position that you want to reach. I think those are the kind of things that help in team building. But I do believe you don't need to be best friends. You cannot naturally be best friends with every person on the team. But you need to have the same sort of goal in terms of where you want to be as a team and when you're on the field. And I think that is something that you can work with while getting to know each other. So it's very, very important to be able to have that team sort of bonding, those team sessions, because that's what we did as well. Because we played an individual sport, but every 2-3 years we would get together for an Asian Games, or we get together for a Commonwealth Games, or we get together for an Olympics, and all of a sudden you're in a team environment, and then you have to start that team building process again.
You spoke about pressure on the field, but Sania, you are someone who has dealt with pressure off the field as well. The spotlight is on the cricketers, and there's so much that they have to deal with off the field as well. What would you like to drive in from a perspective as to what you want to dealt to them individually?
I think honestly, everybody deals with different kind of pressures. Some deal with it at home, some deal with it just outside of home, some deal with it on the field. But I think that it's very important to compartmentalize. I think that is something that we should get good at, because if you start mixing the pressures and you start mixing the problems, you can't be good anywhere. So it's very important to deal with a situation at hand where it is. So if it's at home, you deal with it at home, but once you leave home, you leave that situation and you get back on the field. But I think that for me, it has been, like you said, I was dealing with a lot on and off the court, and I found my peace and happiness when I actually hit the tennis ball. And I think that is what is very important. If you are happy when you are doing what you do, if you're on the field and that makes you the happiest, I feel that you can be the best version of yourself.
Right. Well, the players can't wait to pick your brain, and we are so very excited about the fact that you have been announced as the mentor for the women's team of the Royal Challengers Bangalore. A message going out to the most loyal fans of any franchise in sports history.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be part of RCB. I mean, we've obviously seen RCB grow and how over the last how many ever years in the men's IPL, and we can't wait to do the same thing with you guys and with your support. And obviously, I've heard you are the most loyal fans, so I can't wait to see that.